Welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. I'm Indrani Phillips, your manifesting maven and transformational coach. And today we're going to really dive into the monthly ritual and making sure that you have all the tools you need to really maximize it, to take the first step in becoming a manifesting maven. So before we jump into the actual content of this, I want to create the foundation, which is so important in the ritual and the intention process. So a few guidelines is before I get into my monthly ritual, any type of meditation or any type of ritual process I do is I really like creating the right environment. Everything is energy around us. And as we vibrate at different energy levels based on our emotions, when you go into doing this work with a high level of vibration, then it's going to make the manifesting process even quicker and much more effective. So here are a few things that I do to really create the space for this manifesting process. The first thing is I have meditation music playing, and I have something that grounds me, that really inspires me, and gets me into high vibes. Now, I stay away from anything that has any words because as I'm coming up with this manifesting and I am using my inner guidance and my intuition, I don't want to have any words or anything else messing with that process. But I do like setting some background music to really get me into that space of creativity, intention, and high vibes. So number one is put on some music that really inspires you, an instrumental or a meditation to get you into that right vibration. Number two is your surroundings. Be in a space that really inspires you, whether that is a chair that you can sit on in your home, being outside. If you're in the home, I love being able to have some things around me that give me joy. So I always have crystals with me. I'm in this room, and this room gives me immense joy. I love the colors going on, and the Buddha is amazing for manifesting and really getting my alignment where it needs to be. I also have crystals and rocks in geodes, which are super powerful. I have this one that my mother gave me. It's amazing. It's an amethyst, so you can see the crystallization here. It's really, really amazing. And amethyst is such a powerful stone that I have with me a lot. And I also am going to share with you my candle. So I have an Himalayan salt candle. Himalayan salt is so amazing. This is the only salt we use in our cooking as well, Himalayan sea salt. And Himalayan sea salt is really good for taking those negative energies or vibrations and transmuting them. And the aspect of a candle and fire is really great in the manifesting process. So that is number two, is create things around you that give you joy and up your vibes. So for me, it's crystals and candles and really creating a luxury feel to my space so then I can be in high vibes. The last thing, number three, is to hydrate. So I always have water. We just got a Berkey system, so our water is now fluoride free and it tastes amazing. And I have a coffee that I blended for myself. And this cup is just so amazing, right? And so I have things that will quench my thirst and I can stay hydrated. So I can really stay focused in on what I'm doing and not have to take a break and go and get hydrated. And as the water is in front of me, it promotes me to drink. And because we're over 70% water, we need to continue to stay hydrated. The last thing that I do is I turn off all distractions as I'm doing this. So I find a quiet space. I turn off my phone, no noise or anything, so I can super focus in on this. And sometimes I have clients that are like, I can't create that space because I'm in a busy place. You can put in some earbuds so then you can really focus on the here and now, and so you can get the most out of it. So now that we have the groundwork laid and we all have our space, if you want to do this with me, that would be amazing. So as you go through it, we can do it together, or you can just take notes. But in any webinar, any training, make sure you have a piece of paper and a pen. So whenever you have that aha moment, you can really be able to take the time to write it down so it can be stored in your memory and you can do something with that amazing information that comes to you through this work. So let's get started. And what I'm going to do is share my screen with you so then we can get into the monthly ritual. That is so powerful. So, okay, first we're going to talk about the best practices. So how to really maximize the monthly ritual is so powerful, so you get the most out of it, right? If you're going to take some time, you got to be in it to win it. So I had this really quick one-pager to really get you focused in on what matters the most and get you aligned so you can start becoming your own manifesting maven. So going right into it, I have below monthly rituals are freaking rad. They are. It really is a powerful way to set intentions which align to the life that you are obsessed with. So the first thing you want to do is rate your level of joy in each area. And a big disclaimer here is I really want you to be real with yourself because this is your baseline. So even if you are, even if negative feelings come up or shame or anything, still be real with yourself so then you can get excited when you make improvements if you choose to in that area. Number 2 is you're going to color code the joy wheel based on your rating. And as you do that, I really want you to take some moments to reflect on the colors of the wheel because this is super important and it brings in our child self into it as we color and we take a look and we're engaging our creativity in yet another way by focusing in on colors. The third part, number 3, is determine your focus area. Now, what I love about the Effortless life and how I coach and the products and systems I use, that this is all custom to you. So you can ask yourself, in all these different areas, what is my focus and what is an area that will give me the most joy this month? Now, as you look at your wheel, even if you have areas in red, if you don't want to focus on that, you don't have to. You can focus on what will give you the most joy and what you want to work on. So everything that I do is custom built for my clients and for my life to make it more effortless. And we're so busy already. I want to see whatever I can do to make it easier. So go ahead and figure out a focus area for yourself. And then the next part is, number 4 is what is your goal for the focus area? And the scale is 1 to 10. So, all you ambitious hustlers out there, 10 can be a great goal if it's realistic and it's achievable for you. So there's no right or wrong with this. You just need to really trust your intuition and use the first number that comes to mind. Now, if you select an area of focus like health, and right now your health is a number 2, and you want to go to a 10 in 30 days, really get in line with yourself and say, is this a realistic goal for me? Or is there a better goal that I can reach that's going to inspire me instead of demotivate me because I'm not able to achieve that goal? So I really want you to get aligned with yourself and trust yourself on what is that goal? What is your goal in a number for that area? The next step, number 5, is chunking it down. And here is where you're going to list 4 action steps, 1 per week, to reach your goal. And so everything that I do is super intentional, and it's all about enlisting the feminine with the masculine and taking the mindset of the manifesting and then taking it down to action. And this is what I thrive on, and this is what I've done in corporate America for over 17 years before I left to start my coaching business. And by taking small action steps, it leads to massive change. So many times my clients are super ambitious. They are amazing women and they want to do it all. And what we need to work on is really chunking it down and making it manageable so it doesn't become overwhelming because we have a lot of stuff going on in our life. So we need to be mindful of where we are and mindful of our other obligations. So I found that 1 action step per week in this area is a very achievable, manageable goal that you can work on. Moving on to number 6 is giving back in contribution. And this is so important in who we are as a species. In human beings, we want to make sure that we're, staying away from fear, and we are, provided for, and as we give back and we contribute, it's part of who we are. And it's good for our soul because we are connected to each other. So when you give back, there's actually a law of spirituality that says, it's a universal law. It says, as you give, you get back, and you get back, it's magnified. And it's aligned with the process and the thought process of the universe. You know, as you see the universe, it is abundant and it is amazing. And what it is it's a big mirror that amplifies what you put out there, and it reflects it back to you and amplifies it. So going back to giving back, no matter how small the action is, so whether you buy a stranger behind you a cup of coffee, I always love doing that when I'm in the Starbucks line, or I live in Los Angeles, so letting a car merge into your lane is a big deal, you know? So if you do those kind acts of compassion and giving to others, it can be small or it can be something huge, on giving a scholarship to a person in need or volunteering to build a home. The high vibes that come from that you are sending to someone, and as they're receiving it, it's coming back to you from known and unknown sources. And it is so, so important. The contribution you feel is amazing, so it increases your vibes. You're helping someone else, and it really gets you in line to the energetic vibrations of manifesting your desires. So, so, so important. And I get into detail with this, especially this part, in my Becoming a Manifesting course that's coming out soon. So number 7 is set a declaration for the month. And this is so powerful because the 2 words I am is one of the most powerful words in our English language, because it is stating who we are. And so many times we may have an inner critic, or we could have the negative Nancy in our head to say, I am so stupid, or I am, so fat, or I am, not worthy. Whatever statements we have, so many times it's negative because we're programmed to be negative. So you can counteract that with a declaration and a mantra for the month, which is an empowering I am statement. So it can be, I am worthy. I am love. I am a manifesting maven. I am manifesting an amazing conscious relationship as we speak. Whatever words you put behind the I am is going to be super powerful. And throughout the month, once you get stressed out, or when life happens, or you're meditating, you're sitting in your car, you can embrace that powerful declaration for the month and really have that align your thoughts and your vibrations, and come from a place of that rather than a place of lack. So that is the information on the first page to really get into it. And, like I say, taking the time to set your intention for the month is a game changer to really become a manifesting maven. And I love to say that we're manifesting all the time. Where you are right now is a result of the thoughts, emotions, and actions you had of your past. So if you want to manifest and get the things you truly desire, this is a great way to start that process. Now, I do have the rest of the Effortless planning system, which is daily rituals for every day, and there's a mantra for every day. It's pretty amazing on the content information, the mindfulness that's built into it. I've gotten raving reviews from my one-on-one clients, as well as my beta test users for this. And they absolutely love it. In that, we also have a brain dump, inspiration, when inspiration hits, a log for that. We have logs for projects and money manifesting. And so it is a really, really powerful system. So if you are interested in that, I will be sending out an exclusive deal later on this week for you to get the rest of the system. So keep an eye out and make sure that you're on the email list, and you will get that information. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, you can go ahead and email me at the email address below. And you can also follow me on Periscope to get live videos on how to create an effortless life that you are obsessed with. So now I'm going to stop the screen sharing. And I'm going to actually turn it back on and show you the tool that you will be using. So I'm going to pop back in and go over to The next area, and we can start looking at the actual monthly ritual. And what I love to say is it takes effort to be effortless, and it is worth it. It so is. I really want everyone to understand that as we're more intentional and as we're more aware of what we're doing, we start taking that ownership and that accountability, and we start designing the life that we're obsessed with. So I love embracing this mantra. As you take effort in doing this, you're setting yourself up for an effortless life that you're obsessed with. So let's get into it, babes. So on the top, you're just going to put in the month of focus. So put in that month, and you're going to rate the level of joy in each area. So on the page before we started talking about this, on the right-hand side, you'll see the categories. On the left-hand side, you'll see the wheel, and it goes from home, which is your home and workspace. Does it inspire you? When you walk into the house, are you totally excited, and does it give you the energy, and are you so glad that you're home or in your office, or is it draining? So based on that, you're going to come up with a scale of 1 to 10, and 1 is I hate it, and 10 is freaking awesome. And here, like I said earlier, you want to be real with yourself so you know where to start, so you can really assess and create a baseline for yourself and be able to improve it. Life is a journey, and we're always going to have focus areas in our life, and I welcome that with open arms. So be honest with yourself, and that way you can really start, taking massive action and really be able to see the results that you see from this ritual. So it goes from home to fun. So if that's kind of the joy in your life, what really gives you joy, the personal growth aspect, and personal growth is a huge one for me. I'm a transformational coach, and I help my clients create a life and a business that they are obsessed with. And through that, I always have coaches, and I'm always investing in myself so I can be an even more powerful coach, wife, mother to my 2 girls, and human to the world. So as we continue to invest in ourselves and grow, we're sharpening our saw so we can be the best us for the world. The next one is spirituality, and this can be based on whether you have a religion or not, and it's all about, believing in a higher power and believing in whether that's your inner self, whether you're an atheist, whether you have a religion. It's about how you feel about your spirituality. And then we have career work. This includes business as well. So how do you feel about your work and your business? I'm not asking you how successful it is, but are you fulfilled? Are you really doing what you want? Is it giving you the happiness that you are, that you desire? So get real with that. The next section is finances, and I will tell you, with all the clients I've worked on, we all have a money story. And so this is really important for us to understand and recognize. So as we continue to do this work, you'll see some blocks that will come up. And in the finance area, a lot of us need to do work around it because our stories and our beliefs and our thoughts come from when we were a child. So get real with yourself and say, it doesn't matter if you have $10 million, you can still rate yourself a very low rating if you're not feeling and you don't have a fulfillment when it comes to your finances. I'll share a quick story with you with my finances. In my first marriage, I avoided it all, and my ex-husband took care of it. In this marriage, it's not the same. So I had to relearn all of that, and I had to understand and realize that I had a big block when it came to finances. So as we start recognizing and uncover where we are, it may feel a little scary, but it's really empowering because then we can start making changes to design that life and be able to increase our joy in that area, which will help us become the manifesting maven that we truly desire. The next area is relationships, and this is all about spouse, family, and friends. And naturally, a relationship may pop up into your head when you do this area, so you can go ahead and go with that. The last but not least is your health, and this is your overall well-being. How do you feel in your body? Do you have the energy that you want? Is your body where you want it to be? How are you feeling in your spirituality? How are you feeling in your mindset? Are you clear? So really be honest with yourself and give yourself, a rating so then you can assess and then you will go up from there. Now below that, we have the color in each section. So from 1 to 4 is a red, which means you may want to take a look at that. 5 to 7 is is all right. It's yellow. And then 8 to 10 is green. So make sure that you have your coloring pencils, markers, crayons, anything, so you can take the time and really color it in, and it'll be a really powerful visual for you. And bonus, you can unlock your inner child and color and be able to get a little creative with that. If you want to do little designs in each area, go for it, so it can be, a really reflective and joyful process. So below that, you have a focus area for the month. So looking at your wheel, it doesn't matter what area or what category, or if an area is in red, be real with yourself, and what do you want to focus on? What is something that you really need to focus on, and what's going to give you the most joy? And write that down. And then next to that, you're going to write, what rating do you desire from a scale of 1 to 10 at the end of the month? And so many times, my amazing, ambitious, successful clients will say, if one area is a 10, they want it, or 2 right now, they want it to be a 10, which is amazing. I love that. But we need to make sure that we're real with ourselves, and we can check in, and that's a realistic number that's going to motivate us and not disengage us because it's so far from reality. So really, like I said earlier, get in with your intuition and get clear on, the rating that you desire, and it's a stretch, but not impossible. Now, moving on to the next section, chunking it down. This is where we balance the masculine in. The feminine is really assessing and going with the feelings and joy, which is really important to embrace that. But then we've got to balance it with the masculine, so we can start taking action to really create a life that we freaking love. So in this area, you want to go ahead and chunk it down and ask yourself, what are 4 things that I can do in my focus area for the month to reach my goal? Now, I designed 4 intentionally for 1 per week, and I said this earlier, it's so amazing for the manifesting process to be able to do it in a way where it is feasible and it is easy to do. If you are doing a ton of exercises and this is taking a lot out of your time, it's going to be harder to implement and create a habit. So by doing it this way and doing 1 per week, it's a great way to step into this and do it without uprooting your whole life. So there's a method to the madness, and I keep all of my systems and my work with my clients simple, yet super powerful, so they can get those massive transformations. Now the next section is all about giving and life experiences. So you want to really look at, what are ways that you can give back? So what we were talking about earlier, maybe it's, you want to buy someone coffee, or you want to send someone an amazing text message on how they helped your life, or you want to volunteer. So again, giving back puts out such amazing vibrations that will come back to you and be amplified. The second is all about experiences, and really getting clear with yourself to say, is there something that I really want to experience this month? Whether it's feelings of butterflies, or if it's going on a hot air balloon trip or taking a dance class. This really gives you the space to see if there's something in your life that you really wanted to do. It doesn't need to cost any amount of money. It can say, you know what, I've been really into meditation and mindfulness, so maybe that's something I want to experience. And as you take the time to write it down, it becomes part of your selective focus of attention. So then you can start creating actions to experience that. And at the end of the day, we really want some variety. They always say variety is the spice of life. And that's really important, because we do want variety, because the same old thing every day would be so boring. And the last thing we want to do is be boring or bore ourselves with our lives. So really get into it and think about your experiences, and what's something new you want to do, whether it's hiking or, starting to incorporate running or swimming, whatever that is. There's a space for you to go ahead and fill that out and start, experiencing the joy and the amazingness that we call life. The last on this section is, how can I sharpen my saw? And this is so powerful because, again, it's all about continuing your development and your improvement in whatever area that you are wanting to focus on. So, as you do this and as you sharpen your saw, you can be the best person for the world. And this is so, so powerful. So, like I said, I always have a coach. I'm always reading, I'm always exploring, I'm always looking to see how I can be my higher self so I can be the best for me and everyone else in my world. So that is the fulfillment section. And then lastly is a powerful monthly declaration, which is going to be your mantra for the month. So I am, and then fill in the blank. What feels good to you? I am a rock star. I am worthy. I am love. I am compassion. Whatever feels right to you, write that in and then use that as your mantra for the whole month. So there it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this and I'm going to come back to you guys. And I really hope that you enjoyed this. This is such a powerful way to be able to start getting away from all the distractions that we have in our life right now with social media and emails and work and kids and family and friends and obligations. It's no wonder that we are at an all-time high for ADD and ADHD because there's so many things coming at us. It's really hard for us to get quiet and really be able to access our inner GPS and be able to Google within ourselves. So this intention process is very, very powerful. I'm so excited to hear your insights about this. And like I love to say, something that Harv Eker talks about all the time is how you do anything is how you do everything. So now that you're here, this is no coincidence that we're here together sharing this space. It's because you're meant to be here. So take this information, take it to the next level, and set time on your scheduler every single month to make this a intention and make this a priority. And as you do the work, you'll start seeing your level of joy increase in the different areas. And that is so powerful for manifesting. It's so powerful to start designing a life that you're obsessed with. And I know I get a lot of questions about this process. And if you have any questions, please hit me up. You have my email address. And if you want to get more information or if you want to take your manifesting and creating a life that you're obsessed with to the next level, you can go ahead and schedule a clarity call and we can get clear on where you are, where you want to be, and I'll give you recommendations on how to get there. It's all about taking action and making it be easy, fun, and powerful to start creating the life that you absolutely love. And I will say that we are all worth it. I had a lot of issues regarding my confidence and my worth, even my speaking. As a kid, I had a speech impediment. I was so shy. I was brought up in a place where I was primarily Caucasian, and I'm Indian. So I felt like an outsider my entire life, and the last thing I wanted was attention. And so to see my life now and see everything that I've been through and how strong and resilient I've been through asking for a divorce at 30 instead of having my second child, to manifesting my soulmate as a divorced mom, to being a published author on Huffington Post and Elephant Journal and Medium, and being asked to speak at these amazing, amazing events at USC and these women empowerment circles. It's all because I did this work. So if you do this work, you can have the same thing too. Even where I'm sitting right now, I was able to manifest this amazing home in Los Angeles while we're in escrow on another home. So I am sharing this with you from experience. I know what works. And so I would love to hear how this is working for you, how you're using it, and how your life is changing. And again, if you want to take it to the next level, go ahead and make sure that you have the monthly ritual here. You can download the link for free here. If you want to know more about the system, and if you love it, which every single person that has worked it has loved it, and I've gotten so many testimonials and reviews about it, then you can go ahead and look into investing in the rest of the system and look into the possibility of working together. Or being part of a course I'm coming up with very soon. It's about to launch, Becoming a Manifesting Maven, because we all deserve the life that we're obsessed with. And I didn't think I was worthy. I had a lot of issues that I didn't even know. And what I did was I worked harder and I hustled harder than anyone else And as I started getting things, I realized it wasn't aligned to my soul and my purpose and what I truly wanted. So it all went away. And as I started to rebuild my life, I started choosing from my heart and from a place of love rather than scarcity and fear. And that was a big way for me to start manifesting this amazing life that I have. So here's to you and your effortless life. Thank you again so much for being here with me. And make sure that you do the work. You take the time to invest in yourself. And even if you're thinking, okay, I've already done this before, I already know all these things, writing it down and taking that action and being intentional with it is going to be a game changer for you. So again, I'm Indrani Phillips, your manifesting maven and transformational coach. And I'm sending you love, light, and oodles of positive vibes. Go ahead and receive all of that goodiness. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for investing in yourself through this process. And it will work for you if you do the work and if you have a belief and know and trust that life is happening for you. So thank you so much, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, babes.